Hi everybody, it's time for Cool Old Bass Video 2. So, last time we were talking about the P-Bass, and the P-Bass was really the first solid body electric bass, and it changed the world, really. It made bands be able to buy smaller vehicles. It made them have, the precision is for fretted. Instead of having big old doghouse basses, they were now able to travel in smaller, tighter knit groups. Designed, of course, too, alongside the Bassman amplifier. Fender designed amplifiers back in the day to be bulletproof. You could stand on this, you could pour beer over it, you could smoke in smoky bars, it wouldn't harm the amplifier. Of course, all this is bad for amplifiers, really. I exaggerate the point, but I have played for years with Fender amplifiers, and they are, for all practical purposes, bulletproof. Modern amplification and modern techniques just can't get it done with printed circuit boards and what have you. For tone and durability, Leo Fender started in the business renting sound equipment to important bands. He loved music, and he would build old amplifiers to be bulletproof for these guys that went out night after night after night. The P-Bass was invented in 1951. In 1960, they needed a new model, so they came out with the Jazz Bass. And yes, the Jazzmaster, the Jazz Bass, was marketed to a more adult audience, jazz players. Why? In 1960, it's really pre-rock and roll. Yes, Elvis was out there, but the guys that were really making money were the guys that could read music, play jazz, and that was still the coin of the realm. So they were kind of appealing to guitar players, jazz players. The necks on the Jazz Bass are dramatically slimmer than the necks on the earlier basses, which the P-Bass, the necks were meant to copy the big neck of the stand-up bass, because that's what guys wanted. As the music matured, they did get a smaller bass. And then in 1960, when they invented it, they came out with these concentric knobs, or stack knobs. The top knob is a volume, the bottom black ring is a tone. Here, you can see that right there. A stack knob is a rare thing and a desirable thing. Made for about 18 months, these stack knob basses were are still highly sought after. Even in the mid-60s, these were sought after. This bass looks to be a one-sheet body. I've got to look close to see if there's any laminations on it. Again, that's not that common to see basses or any guitar that the sheet doesn't have two pieces of wood. This bass is something we just got in. They've always been sought after. They've always been expensive, and they've always gone up in value. This, by the way, is a real custom color Fiesta Red Jazz Bass. Yes, it's got some wear and tear on it, but for those of you that are younger guys, you think, oh, a little bit of paint, that's going to create a lot of what? You're paying for a little bit of paint? Yes, you're paying for details and rarity. When you're out trying to find stuff, you're buying rarity. For those of you that collect comic books, stamps, automobiles, watches, whatever you might think of, in the collector's world, not musician world, in any collector's world, the rare details are what really make people stand up and listen. You can also see this is the 3-knob, because after the stack knobs, in about 62, they came out with the 3-knob, which is volume, tone. Each pickup didn't get its own tone. But the Jazz Bass is an ergonomic, this offset body design, just like the Jazzmaster, with its deeper cut here, which kind of hung the bass a little lower, sat on the strap better. Its tummy cut and arm cut really ergonomically fit the human body really well, and today is very sought after. With the horn coming up over the middle point on the fretboard, these hung on a strap well, very practical, very durable, and again, meant for the professional. These were aspirational. In the day, in 1960s, these were very expensive. Unlike today, where you can buy a bass guitar made in a foreign country for the price of dinner for two. It's a little different. Back in old Fender days, it was all high quality Brazilian rosewood fingerboards, high quality, very dried wood, and it's just gotten drier and more resonant. This is a stack knob Jazz Bass, and this one's in a little rougher condition. You can see it's been played back here, but I'll play you this. but still these are a little crisper. The narrow aperture is a little tighter. The magnetic field is a little tighter. And then of course all you guys know this, but I'm going to point it out to some of you guys. When you have both pickups up, it is hum canceling. When you turn one of the pickups down, it hums. As long as they're at the same volume, this pickup is humming right now. So now if we bring them up to the same volume, wherever that volume is, it will cancel the hum. The pickups are wound opposite. This pickup wound this way, this pickup wound that way. So when you're standing on stage, you don't get that annoying hum. But when you're standing and there's a microphone in front of the amp and you've got that hum, you get used to it after a while. But this hum canceling really made a difference on stage. So after which Gibson started making basses, Fender expounded on their basses, everybody got on the portable bass wagon, but really even into the mid-60s guys would play stand-up basses, and it still has a tone, the stand-up basses, but having the precision neck and the precision basses. Woo! That is fun. I'm playing right now through a 1963 Fender Electric Bassman. This is a legendary and was very expensive in its day. This amplifier cost about a quarter of a brand new car, but still guys would buy them and they never broke. So there we go. There's our video on jazz basses. We've got two stack knob jazz basses, one 1965 custom color bass, a 1968 P bass, a 1966 wide neck P bass, a 1964 Thunderbird bass, a cool 70s Mustang bass, and a bunch of other stuff, and still we want more. We want to buy your old jazz bass or your P bass. Whenever you get time, bring it over. Don't forget to call us, make an appointment, come in and play some of these things. We'd love for you to come in and we'll put you up over there and you can sit down and play through your favorite amplifier and see what it's all about. All right? That's all for now. Give us a call, make an appointment. We look forward to seeing you soon. Bye from Willie's.